You're going to talk to us about your hobby.
Oh, that's right, about making dolls' houses. I think so. I'd like to come on in and see. Here's the basic carcass of a doll's house that is halfway completed. Well, I say halfway. There's still a lot of finishing off to be done, and certainly quite a lot for the electrics. Various channels to be cut out in the floor, and in some cases it has been cut out, but in other cases unfortunately it's got to be done. At present I'm in the process of cutting out the doors, which I get the other side in. That's it. As you can see from that one, that's a reasonable fit, and that same door.
And you're working this all from a plan, are you, John?
Yes, this is all being worked from a hobby's plan. And the hobby's plan is in a set, but ideally that's one example of what it could look like. The plans from hobbies were printed out like this, where you've just got the sheets and the sizes and the apertures to cut out. Over in the corner is one of their suggestions as to what the house could look like. And here's one that shows you the inside of it. Again, this one shows the roof and the panels, the front panel here.
And what scale are you making it to then, John?
1 foot to 1 inch.
1 foot.
So it's a 12 scale.
And what type of equipment do you need then, John, to construct this?
The equipment that makes it easier, I won't say it's essential, but equipment that makes it easier to make is something like this, which is a fret saw, powered, thank goodness, because the old treadle ones and hand ones are quite hard work. But having said that, sometimes I do have to use a hand one for getting into some of the apertures. The other thing that's very convenient is a very small circular saw, which I've had for yonks. That's really handy. That cuts wood and even thin metal.
So when did you first develop this hobby in dolls house making then, John?
Well, this started when I retired. I took early retirement because the company was moving up to the Midlands, and I was determined not to. I was determined to stay in London. And as soon as I retired, at Sutton there was in those days a local adult course running, and went along there, and it was a woodwork course, and the instructor suggested that you bring ideas, and I went out and bought a doll's house book, and the doll's house that I picked was a very similar design to the one where my parents had a shop. So on the opening day I went along there with that design, and the instructor sort of gave us some help on getting wood and what we needed, which I did, and I think that one took me about 2-3 years, probably a bit longer to make, because...
There you go, John. I understand that you're going to be able to show us one of the finished products, so to speak, now.
Yes, a doll's house is never finished. The more or less finished product of the first doll's house that I made. You can see the front is, or the house is a Dutch style, but the upstairs is not quite the same as what the shop and the first floor was. The shop and the first floor is very similar in appearance to the house and shop that my parents owned. It was just sheer luck that I managed to pick up this particular design, and you see they've got the name over the fascia, and you can see inside it's rather crowded. The shop itself, I don't think it's ever as crowded as that. But again, with items of 12th scale, and there's a limit to what you can do. The furniture that I've made is up in the lounge upstairs, because the shop took all the ground floor, and living accommodation was upstairs, lounge and bedroom. So the table and the chairs are what I've made upstairs, and the counter and the shelving downstairs in the shop, obviously. Put the lighting in, and there's even managed to get a light for the fireplace upstairs, which if I move it round a bit more you might be able to, oh yes, it's just flicking, you might be able to get a...
Quite incredible, isn't it? So that's the upstairs, and
That's the lounge, and upstairs is
yeah,
the bedroom, but of course the actual bedroom where the house and shop was didn't have a dormer roof, it had normal straight sided roof. The items have been collected over about 10 years, and I'm still on the lookout for bits and pieces that I haven't got. Or the mangle, that come as a metal kit. That was assembled, that was painted first and then assembled, because the parents actually had a mangle similar to that out in the outhouse that was used every week.
well, what can one say? And the door just closes, does it?
Yep, and the front just closes, and the shop door, yep, that's obviously hinged as well, so
Too realistic. Well, thank you very much, John. And how long do you think your next venture will take before it's completed?
at the rate it's going, seeing this one took about 4 years, I should think with a little bit of experience that should take a bit shorter, perhaps 3 years.